Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Mud blankets, deadly drops, unpaved climbs, rocky narrow paths. No matter how expert, there are some challenging and dangerous roads that many drivers hesitate to travel on. From America to China and Russia, here are the countries with the deadliest roads in the world. Skipper Canyon Road, New Zealand. Hands down, one of the most dangerous roads in the world, Skipper Canyon Road is 16.5 miles long and was constructed by miners solely with their hands around 140 years ago. It was basically hand-carved by them, and the route is so prone to accidents that insurance companies don't usually cover this road, but people still go there because the journey is worth everything. With breathtaking beauty and picturesque scenery, if you want to go there, don't forget to bring your camera. But remember, the road will test your chivalry and courage. It's narrow and made of gravel with a lot of twisting hairpin-like bends, high heights, steep slopes, and a small winding road and a lack of a guardrail. Only expert drivers are asked to drive on this road. The Sichuan Tibet Highway, China. Moving on to the next entry, we have the Sichuan Tibet Highway. The road competes for two titles, the most beautiful road in the world and the most treacherous road in the world, and it has all the potential to win both. Located in one of the world's most isolated locations, the highway is considered among the deadliest roads in the world. Beginning from Chengdu, Sichuan, on the east and ending in Lhasa, Tibet, on the west, it may take you 15 days to complete the journey. So yeah, pack accordingly. Again, if you brave this death trap, you'll be rewarded with scenery like never seen before. The most pleasant views of the region's peaks and landscapes. With a death rate of more than 7.6 people per year, hundreds have died while traveling on this road. A single error means a certain death certificate. The high altitude, open landslides, falling rocks, and treacherous turns, some of the dangers associated with this road. It remains open for most of the year to travel. Fairy Meadows, Pakistan. Next on the list, we have the Fairy Meadows Road from Pakistan, and there's no denying its beauty and the hidden dangers concealed in that beauty. The 16.2-kilometer mountain trail is located in Pakistan's Gilgit-Baltistan area and is constructed with slick gravel. The high altitude of more than 3,300 meters posed great challenges during the construction, and even now, the deep valleys and steep rocky walls scare the wits out of many people. Tight corners with no guardrail means your car can tumble down at any given moment in time. If that doesn't scare you to death, wait till you hear more. It is named among the most dangerous highways in the world because of the perilous high altitude, unstable, narrow mountain route, and a 6-mile climb over an unpaved, uneven road no wider than a regular Jeep. It's a long drop if your driver makes a single mistake, a long drop to death. Siberian Road to Yakutsk, Russia. This road is a living hell for motorists, and driving on it is nothing less than a torment. This unpaved road runs straight through Siberia and is the only way to get to Yakutsk. During the 10-month-long winter, temperatures get so low that one cannot wear his glasses as the metal will freeze to your mouth. Driving in such conditions is an uphill task, and furthermore, during 2 months of summer, the ice turns into mud that literally engulfs the vehicles sometimes. In July and August, the highway becomes a mud blanket, and as it's the only way to the city, no one actually has a choice. The road is isolated, so carrying all things needed for survival is the key to this road. The Zojila Pass, Indian Union Territory of Ladakh. Located even before the Fair Meadows, at heights of more than 3,528 meters above sea level, the Zojila Pass in the Himalayas is believed to be one of the most dangerous passes in the world. Imagine driving on a one-lane, unpaved track covered in snow, located in the highest mountain ranges of the world. This is what Zojila Pass, or Zojila Pass as locals call it, is. It connects the inhabitants of Ladakh directly to the Kashmir Valley and often remains buried in snow, ranging in depth from 15 to 24 meters. It can take up to 2 months for the Border Roads organization in the region to clean the snow away. The route is called the Gateway to Ladakh, and as I said, is unpaved, uneven, and subjected to heavy winds and snowfalls in the winter season, making it inaccessible for most of that time. The Karakoram Highway, Pak China. Moving on to the next entry, we have the Karakoram Highway, which connects Pakistan and China at a whopping height of 4,693 meters. This is a popular tourist destination. Some even call it the eighth wonder of the world. And no one doubts the richness of this place when it comes to sheer beauty, but beauty is always deceptive. The highway has a very high rate of deaths in contrast to the other roads in the world. On October 19, 2018, 17 passengers were killed after a bus collided into a gorge after the driver made a sudden bend on the highway. Right after a month, a tourist was crushed by a landslide that hit her van. Since the road's construction in 1959, incidents like these have happened frequently. Approximately 1,000 people, including 900 Pakistani and 89 Chinese workers, were killed during the highway's construction due to bombings and landslides. This road has blood on its hands. Golang Tunnel, China. The riskiest and likewise the most notable road in China, the Golang Tunnel is situated in Xinjiang, Henan Province, China. A very popular mountain, Mount Tahang, was mined to make the roughly 1.2 kilometers long and 4 meter wide Golang Tunnel. Before the tunnel was made, the occupants used exceptional stepping stools called sky ladders to move around the city before the tunnel was made. It was a hazardous journey through it. Frustrated village men decided to build a tunnel on their own, and with 13 workers, 4,000 hammers, and 12 tons of steel, it took 5 years of unending hard work to complete the tunnel. The tunnel proceeded at a pace of 1 meter every 3 days at its most difficult phase. And this is how the most difficult and dangerous tunnel in the world was built. It has been dubbed as a road that does not tolerate any mistakes. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Just like our previous entry, Taroko Gorge Road is another dangerous road carved out of the mountain. Taroko Gorge is a popular tourist destination, and the 12-mile road is as magnificent as anything can get, and therefore receives a lot of traffic. Every driver on the road tries their best to maneuver blind turns and scary bends that appear to be too tight to fit around. Another thing everyone hopes for while stepping on the road is the weather being nice. Otherwise, landslides, floods, and falling rocks might make portions of the road inaccessible.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
This is spectacular.
Highway to Hell, Alabama. Alabama is a state with several dangerous roads, but hands down the most deadly road, aka Highway to Hell, a U.S. road, is most prone to accidents and fatalities. Its real name is U.S. Highway 431, which runs through Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky. In the list of most dangerous and deadliest roads, the Highway to Hell is always present there. No list is complete without it. Reason? Well, I can show you the reason. Drive along the road, you'll see many crosses and memorials created by people who have lost loved ones or family members in traffic accidents on the road due to poor visibility. Yes, the visibility is so poor throughout much of the road that it makes it difficult for drivers to drive. Cherry on top is the fact that the highway is mostly a 2-lane road that suddenly switches to a 4-lane road and back to 2 lanes at several critical stretches, and at one point, there's even a 1-lane stretch in Eufaula. Driving slowly and carefully on this road is the only way to avoid accidents. Karnali Highway, Nepal. 85% of this road has been said to be unsafe for travelers. This is Karnali Road for you guys, in Nepal. The Karnali Highway, located in Nepal's Karnali region, northwest of Kathmandu, is considered to be one of the world's most dangerous highways, as the accident rates on the road are very high. The police had no option but to restrain people from driving on the road at night. Also known as H13, the road is primarily made up of asphalt and occasional gravel parts. A study was conducted in the month of July 2011, which concluded that 85% of the Karnali Road is unsafe for travelers. It gets even more dangerous during the monsoon season due to an increase in the number of landslides, floods, and other dangers. Almost 50 people die here every year, making it a literal death wish to travel on the road. National Highway 22, India. India has no less deadly roads, country's full of them, but the NH22 has other levels of dangers associated with it. Deadly tunnels, high cliffs, narrow paths, and sharp turns all contribute to making it difficult to judge and drive on the road. NH is carved out of a huge mountain and is reportedly very prone to accidents. Of course, the scenery is unmatchable. The road provides spectacular views and sights that leave everyone speechless, but if you're afraid of heights, then you should avoid looking down. It lacks guardrails, and you'll be exposed to a huge drop of over 100 meters. So there are two things for you. Either visit with a professionally trained driver who is familiar with the road, or better stay back at home and enjoy watching our videos. Avoid traveling through this road is the only plausible option you have due to its high risk index. It hasn't been for nothing that this road has been designated as one of India's most dangerous highways. Commonwealth Avenue, Philippines. Commonwealth Avenue is a 7.5-mile-long street in the Philippines and is viewed as one of the most hazardous roads on the planet. This expressway is 18 paths wide, and because of its presence in the metropolitan region, the highway is generally loaded with traffic. Apart from that, the way system of the road is also very poor. That also adds to the misery of people. This is a common occurrence for buses to collide with motorcycles due to heavy traffic and water. This is why the road has also been named the Killer Highway. The street is a bad dream for the drivers, as around 3 to 5 mishaps occur on the street. The road is no less of a nightmare for the drivers, as almost daily 3 to 5 accidents are reported on the Commonwealth Avenue. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, well, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber's pick is of a bridge situated on the Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway. I swear to God, this road attracts me as no other road does. This is an 8.3-kilometer highway that was constructed to connect several small islands and skerries through causeways, viaducts, and 8 bridges. The most popular among them all is the prominent Storsundet Bridge, our subscriber's pick. Now, no doubt, this road is filled with amazing views and incredible sunsets, but the dangers are no less there. The high pressure of winds at some points of the road can disturb the drivers, or even the water can come on the road, making it an even more complex route for the drivers. It was constructed in the 90s and cost a whopping 120 million Norwegian krone. Kehekili Highway, Hawaii. Picturesque and full of potential dangers, this 1-mile, 1-lane road has a sheer cliff drop at one side and is completely framed by rocks on the other side. Stunning and terrifying, all at once. Newbie drivers often get shaken to their core while driving on this road, heading from Kapalua to Wailuku. It tests their abilities to their best with its famous snaking turns and narrow passages. Stelvio Pass, Italy. Imagine a road with such spectacular views that it distracts the drivers from focusing on the road. That's the story of the Stelvio Pass in Italy, which descends in a zigzag layout across many miles. It was voted the best road to drive on in 2008, and though the 48 hairpin turns don't make it deadly, they do distract the drivers from focusing on the road, and drivers get lost in the glorious alpine view. At 2,700 meters, the road is one of the highest passes to drive along in the European Alps and is very winding. The hairpin turns are very sharp, and there's nothing to stop you from falling into a deadly drop other than a low concrete barrier. Focus is the key on this road. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. Popular as Death Road in Bolivia, it is estimated that around 200 to 300 people fall to their deaths in trucks, cars, and buses. Cycling along this road is now one of the most popular activities for backpackers. It's barely the width of one vehicle, has no guardrails to protect you from falls of up to 2,000 feet. To make it worse, weather conditions such as fog, dust clouds, and rain reduce visibility to almost zero, along with mudslides and waterfalls. The North Yungas Road, also known as the Death Road, was labeled as the world's most dangerous road. The good news, however, is that an alternative route has now been built, and since then, it has lost its title of the world's most dangerous road. Stock, most dangerous road, Yungas. The North Yungas route in Bolivia, often known as the Death Road, connects the Bolivian cities of La Paz and Taroko and is considered the world's most dangerous road. Over the course of its 40-mile length, this celebrated track falls about 12,000 feet, with tight, cliff-hugging roadways, 1,000-foot cliffs, and extremely limited vision. Despite the fact that roughly 300 people die on the road each year, it has become one of the country's most popular tourist sites for thrill seekers. Keelong Kishtwar Road, India. The road, which is located in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, has a mind-numbing vertical drop of thousands of feet, so it's best to avoid it on a windy day. It's one of the most dangerous highways in the world, and it'll put your skills to the test. Just a few of the scenic views that you'll witness include the magnificent views of the mountains that stretch out before you. Weather conditions such as wind and rain can make the road muddy and slippery, making it difficult to navigate even with a four-wheel drive. Bayburt D915, Turkey. This 66-mile route has 29 hairpin bends with no guardrails or barriers to save riders from crashing off the cliff. Due to its risk factor, DangerousRoads.org recently rated it the most dangerous road in the world, beating out Bolivia's youngest road. And during the winter months, parts of the route are closed owing to snow blizzards and hazardous weather conditions. This road will test the skill and courage of all drivers, and there's no room for error. Avalanches, landslides, and heavy snowfalls are just some of the obstacles you'll face when tackling the world's most dangerous road. So one might have to go Tokyo drift hard on Ethos Road. Get it? The Bayburt Highway is a busy thoroughfare used by locals in all modes of transportation. The road is a veritable route to hell, and it has claimed many lives in recent years, earning it the title of the world's most deadly road on our list, which gives it every right to be on our list today. 99 Bend Road to Heaven, China. In a distance of 6.8 miles, how many hairpin twists can you fit? Well, turns out you can fit 99. This short portion of China's Tianmen Mountain National Park is densely packed with precipitous cliffs and twists that rise hundreds of feet into the sky. If there was ever a tangible road to heaven, trust me, it'd be this one. You could drive this road in less than 10 minutes if it were straight, but the elevation, the curves, and the lack of anything to save you from plunging to your death make 99 Bend Road one of the most dangerous highways in the world. Not to mention the fact that earthquakes are a regular threat in this part of the planet. And if you do go down there, do wear your seatbelts. It's not that it would help much, but still, wear them. Col de Chaussee, France. Col de Chaussee is a high mountain pass in the Rhône Alps region of southeastern France that begins with the famed La Lisette de Montvener at 5,029 feet above sea level. This unusual stretch is only around 2 miles long, but it has 17 hairpin twists as you climb up a cliff. Although there's a little concrete barrier as you zigzag up the hill, this incredible route is still one of the most perilous in the world, despite its breathtaking beauty. Well, you won't see a single stop sign on the Col de Chaussee in France, as you won't see any other road like this in any country. Rodovia da Morte, Brazil. Next on our list is deadly Rodovia da Morte. The Rodovia da Morte, or Death Highway, is one of the world's most perilous routes, stretching from Fortaleza in the north of the country to the Uruguayan border in the southeast. This 2,790-mile highway is Brazil's second longest, and while it's advertised as being totally paved, that claim is debatable because much of BR-116 is in bad condition. However, it's not the fractured ground that makes it dangerous. Unpredictable weather and high cliffs frequently cause significant accidents. And because the Highway of Death goes through some of Brazil's poorest neighborhoods, gangs pose a threat in various locations along this popular route. And if you're planning to visit Brazil, before you leave, learn about Amazon's unexpected mysteries. If you go on this road, it's most likely that you won't make it out safely. See you next time.